Hello everyone, welcome back to the Jikook Diaries channel. First, this looks like a normal video. Nothing dramatic, nothing intentional. But if you look closely, there's a quiet moment that feels too real to ignore. J-Hope is just filming, as he often does. Just for fun, casually, without any plan. No serious expressions, no intention of capturing anything major. But that's where everything changes. Because when the camera turns on without any intention, honesty often comes through. In the background, Jimin and Jungkook are there, not standing out, not seeking attention. They don't even look like they're doing anything. But the more you look, the more you notice a different, inexplicable atmosphere. The way they're standing is too close to be accidental. The distance feels natural, not contrived. It's as if this is their comfortable position, without any thought. Interestingly, there's no big moment, no dramatic scene. There were no sweet words. Instead, everything felt calm. Jungkook looked relaxed, unwary of the camera. Jimin was the same. The smile that appeared wasn't a stage smile, but a small smile that usually only appears when someone feels truly safe. Safe with the situation, safe with the person next to them. And that's where many people began to feel something. Not because of what was clearly visible, but because of what was felt. There was a vibe like two people in a comfortable phase, a phase where each other's presence was enough. No need to prove it. No need to announce it. Just simply going through it. The fandom later called it a honeymoon moment. Not in the sense of a vacation or a romantic trip, but a honeymoon. A calm phase after everything has settled down. When two people stop being so aware of the outside world and focus solely on their own rhythm. A phase where togetherness feels light, yet deep. What made this moment even more powerful was the fact that J-Hope seemed completely unaware of what he was filming. There was no specific framing, no intention to highlight Jikook. The camera simply moved. And precisely because of that, what was captured felt honest. Unfiltered. No control. Sometimes, people are most honest not when they want to appear honest, but when they forget they're being watched. And in that moment, Jimin and Jungkook looked like their most natural selves. Not putting on an idol act. Not trying to maintain an image. Just two people accustomed to sharing space, time, and silence. To some, this might seem trivial. They're just standing close. Just smiling. But to those who have long followed their dynamic, small details like that speak loudest. Because real connection is rarely seen in grand gestures. It lives in small, repeated, consistent, and unconscious habits. What the camera captured wasn't a moment meant to be flaunted. Instead, it felt like a slice of time that should have been private. And perhaps that's why so many were left speechless after watching it. There was a sense of warmth, but also a feeling of being peered into something deeply personal. Not with ill intent, but with a mix of awe and emotion. J-Hope, unwittingly, witnessed something that usually goes unseen. His cheerful, innocent energy made the moment feel even more genuine. There was no sense of being staged. There were no expectations. Everything just flowed naturally. And perhaps what makes this moment linger in people's minds isn't the theory, but the feeling. There's a calm there. There's a sense of home. There's a feeling that these two people are in the same place emotionally. When the video ended, many didn't react immediately. Not because they were confused, but because they needed time to process it. Because not all beautiful moments need to be celebrated with screams. Some are simply experienced in silence. Maybe J-Hope truly didn't know. Maybe he just pressed the record button without thinking. But that's precisely why this moment feels so real. Because sometimes, the most honest things emerge when no one is trying to show anything. And amidst the chuckles, the almost imperceptible distance, and the warm atmosphere, Jikook once again shows something without needing to explain it. A quiet, simple moment, but one that leaves a lasting impression. A moment unannounced, unplanned, and unnoticed, yet felt by those who truly saw it. And therein lies the true power of this moment. Not in what can be argued, but in what is hard to deny through emotion. There's a kind of closeness that can't be engineered, taught, and imitated. It only emerges when two people have been through enough together, enough noise, pressure, and expectations until they finally reached a comfortable silence. In the video, there's no need to seek each other out. There are no gestures that seem intentional, but that's precisely why everything feels so in sync. It's as if their bodies have already memorized a safe distance from each other, as if their presence has become a part of everyday life that no longer needs to be thought about. And for many, that's the deepest form of connection, when being together stops feeling special because it's become normal. Moments like these often go viral not because of sensation, but because of resonance. People don't watch them over and over again to find proof, but rather to relive the same emotions. A sense of calm that's hard to explain. A feeling of warmth that arises for no apparent reason, like recalling a memory that isn't ours, but somehow feels close. Strikingly, nothing feels forced. There's no exaggerated body language, no deliberately held gaze. Everything flows naturally, almost like two people who have forgotten the world is watching. And perhaps that's why this moment is so powerful. It doesn't try to be anything else. It simply exists. In an industry saturated with images, schedules, and the spotlight, this kind of honesty feels rare. And when it appears, even briefly, people recognize it immediately. Not with their eyes, but with their hearts. Because there's something about Jimin and Jungkook's dynamic that doesn't need to be translated into words. It's simply felt. For those who have been following this journey for a while, that moment wasn't a surprise. More like a silent confirmation, a reminder that what grows slowly is often the strongest. That the relationships that endure aren't the loudest, but the ones that are most consistently present, even in silence. And perhaps that's why this video doesn't feel like content, but like a slice of life. Something that shouldn't be analyzed too deeply, but also too precious to ignore. A small pause in a world that keeps moving fast. In the end, not every story needs a climax. Not every relationship needs a declaration. Some are enough with a simple moment, captured by chance, seen without expectation, and felt without words. And in that moment, Jikook once again shows that the most real are often the quietest. We don't need to conclude anything today. There's no need to label it. There's no need to look for definitive answers. Because not all beautiful things exist to be explained. Some simply need to be felt. If you felt a sense of calm while watching this moment, perhaps it wasn't a coincidence. Perhaps it's because honesty always has a way of reaching the hearts of those who truly pay attention. Thank you for watching with your heart, not just your eyes. If you're among those who feel something quiet, warm, or even a little emotional, you're not alone. See you in the next story, in the small moments that aren't loud, but always have meaning.